In this lesson we'll talk about the fields in the Asset Master record, and in the next lesson we'll see a demonstration of creating an Asset Master record. You create the Asset Master before you post a value, either from scratch or by copying an existing asset as a reference. The Fiori app is called Create Asset, which is identical to the GUI transaction AS01. You can also create an asset from the purchase order, but we'll cover that in a later lesson. If you know the asset class, you can enter it and the company code. Otherwise, enter your company code first and then you can search using the drop-down box. We'll create multiple assets later, so we'll leave the number of similar assets equal to 1. If you click on the drop-down, you will first see a pop-up where you can restrict your search further. If you press Continue, you just see asset classes. If you choose a different tab in the pop-up box, you'll see more information. Either way, you can double-click on an asset class to choose it, or select it and click the Apply button at the bottom of the list. The key field in the first screen is the description, which is always mandatory. Depending on the company and asset class, you may see slightly different fields, and other fields may be mandatory. For example, you may want all plant and machinery to have a serial number, but the serial number field or quantity may not even appear in an asset class for land. Quantities are useful for low-value assets in particular. There are 4 tabs to go through, starting with the General tab. You must enter a cost object, e.g. a cost centre or internal order for depreciation, in the Time-Dependent tab. Depending on setup, Enter autofills the related profit centre and segment. You may get an error if you try to manually enter an unrelated profit centre and segment. The other fields are optional as standard, but your organisation may have them as suppressed or mandatory. Other tabs may have been added to your system, for example the Allocations tab. In this case the name's actually been changed as well. As standard, there are no mandatory fields in the Origin tab. The vendor field may be filled automatically from the invoice if available, and the original asset number may be filled automatically if the asset is transferred in from another asset. If uploaded using the Migration Cockpit template, the legacy asset may be filled in the original asset field. We can see 8 different depreciation areas in the example in the slide, with different depreciation keys and useful lives. The first 2 have straight-line depreciation over 10 years, for example. In this case, the depreciation keys have been defaulted in, but can be changed. You could, however, leave some or all blank to be filled in each time. Finally, when you click Save, you will see the message at the bottom of the screen that the asset has been created.